All right, what's up, familia? Welcome inside the paddle. Hope you guys are doing good. Keep in between the lines. Got your loads here. Orale, vatos, locos forever, right? Okay, so I was having a conversation with someone, and I explained this to them. So I thought I'd go ahead and make a little video about it. So, you guys hear me use the term vatos locos forever, and hey, vato loco, and everything like that, and it was really made popular to the masses with the movie Blood in, Blood Out, right? Um, so I want to go ahead and I want to clarify something that when I say, uh, orale, Vatos Locos Forever, am I talking about the movie? To a certain degree, I am, right? Because the movie is very popular and it made that term, like I said, to the masses a lot more popular. However, I want to go ahead and throw this out there. The term Vato Loco was around for many, many, many years before that movie came out. Okay. When I was a little kid, living in City Terrace back in the 80s, you would hear that term. Hey, ¿qué ole, Vato Loco? Hey, what's up, Vato Loco? And not just by gang members. It was just thrown around out there, man. It was just, just your everyday average Juan, homie. Just, hey, what's up, Vato Loco? You le Vato Loco. It was just thrown around along with so many other words, right? Like esse. It wasn't necessarily just gang members just using the word esse. It's say, hey, ya mero esse. Those terms were just thrown around. It wasn't so much just gang talk. You would just, like I said, have your everyday, average person just talking like that, Holmes. Um, as time went forward, as you fast forward and everything, yeah, the lingo changed. For me, and I never really caught on to the new lingo except for probably like the late 90s, early 2000s. I try to pick up some of that lingo and I just, nah, Charlie dog, I'm good, man. But anyway, Holmes, um, those terms were already well established. Okay, so don't think that the term Vato Loco came from the movie Blood in, Blood Out. Now, I don't know this to be true. Okay, I don't know this to be true. I'm only going to assume this, and that is the ones that made the movie Blood in, Blood Out already got terms that were well established um, in the barrios or certain barrios. I don't know. Maybe where you grew up, nobody talked like that. I got no idea. I'm telling you guys my experience. All right. Um, that they got terms that were already well established and made that movie. That's what it seems like to me. Again, I got nothing to prove that. It just seems like that to me because the term Vatos Locos was already well established, homie. Everybody talked like that, dog. Everybody used the term Vato Loco. Hey, what's up, Vato Loco? ¿Qué ole, Vato Loco? Okay. And their rival gang, Tres Puntos, all right? The Tres Puntos, the three dots, I'm the boogeyman, right? The Tres Puntos was already a thing. The Mi Vida Loca three dots, it was already a thing, man. It wasn't, Mi Vida Loca wasn't made because of the movie Mi Vida Loca, which came out a year later, I think in 1994. That term, that saying was already a thing. That was well established already. Okay, at least in my experience. Maybe it wasn't in your experience. Maybe you never heard those terms. Maybe you never saw the three dots. Maybe you never heard the term Mi Vida Loca. Maybe you never heard the term Vatos Locos. That's why I'm saying I'm speaking for me. All right, I'm speaking from my experience. Those terms were already well established, Holmes. So I'm assuming that they took terms that were well established that everybody could relate to, right? Again, everybody meaning me and the people that I was around because that's what it seemed like. It seemed like everybody already knew those terms, all right? And made those terms into gangs or whatever it may be. The Tres Puntos gang, Vatos Locos gang. Now, I do understand there's a few actual, Vatos Locos barrios and everything. That's not what I'm talking about. because I used to hear that term all the time, Vatos Locos, right? Hey, ¿qué ole, Vato Loco? Hey, man, we're just a bunch of Vatos Locos over here, man. And like I said, it wasn't just necessarily gangs. It was just, just your everyday average person, man. Hey, Vatos Locos, homie, Vato Loco, orale. Now the Tres Puntos, on the other hand, yeah, at least with my experience, that seemed to be a little bit more towards the street gang life, a little bit more, right? The mi vida loca kind of stuff. But that's what it kind of seems like to me. Basically, it's like me saying, like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna make a movie and I'm gonna have two rival gangs. One gang is to be called homies, and the other gang is to be called esse. S's. So now you got homies versus the essays, homie. Or the essays versus the homies, right? Those terms are already well established. You fast forward so many years and you hear somebody say homie or essays, like, oh, you got that from that movie. No, those terms were already well established. So when you hear me say Vatos Locos forever, yeah, I get it. The correlation with the movie, and I'm not gonna lie, Holmes. Yeah, dog. Sometimes I do think about the movies when I say that. Not all the time, but that's not necessarily really what I mean by it. In a way, it kind of does. In a way, it kind of does, man, because the movie's very popular and everybody, has seen that movie, even for the ones that say that they hate that movie or whatever it may be. But what I'm really talking about is more the endearment and the empowerment of hearing that term when I was growing up. Vato Loco, homie, Vatos Locos forever, and a little bit of the sprinkle of the movie. Yes, all right. So I just want to come on here and go ahead and clear that up. I got no problems with the movie, dog. I know, I'm not too cool to say that I enjoy the movie. It's not a documentary. It's not real life. I understand. There's dudes out there, Holmes, and I was one of these guys once upon a time too, right? Where I would say like, oh, I hate that movie, because real G's, homie, it's not really like that. It's not a documentary. It's for entertainment. Huda doesn't hate Lethal Weapon because he's a Huda and he knows it's not really like that. It's not a documentary, Holmes, okay? So I enjoy the movie. Vatos Locos Forever is a term that was well around before 1993. Just like the term Mi Vida Loca, just like the Tres Puntos, all that stuff was around well before any of those movies came out. So it's not those movies that made those terms, okay? I'm just assuming that the people that made those movies got those terms from the barrios and threw them in there because possibly they thought that everybody could relate to those terms, because that's how much those terms were being thrown around, okay? At least in my experience. So I'll leave you guys with that. So when I say Vatos Locos Forever, yeah, that's cool, Holmes. I don't have a problem with people saying like, oh, it's because of the movie. Yeah, in a way, sort of, it kind of is, man. But in reality, it's more of the endearment and the empowerment, homie, of like I said, of me growing up and hearing the term Vato Loco and what it meant, So, well, like I said, with a little sprinkle of the movie, homie, I got no issue with it. But anyway, I just want to go ahead and throw that out there. That's what I'm talking about when I say, orale, Vatos Locos Forever. All right. So with that, as always, live your life like you're on the road. Be aware of surroundings and always keep a safe distance. Blood makes you live, but loyalty makes family. Until next time, there's Thecholotrucker. Vatos Locos Forever. Over and out.